When I was a kid, I loved playing in our backyard. We had a swing set, a trampoline, and a big wooden rabbit house. I used to spend hours out there just running around and playing by myself. Our backyard was surrounded by an old wooden fence. It was pretty tall and built with 2 layers of wood. Between those layers was a very thin, hollow space, maybe an inch wide. You couldn't really see through it. One afternoon, I was sitting on the swing, slowly moving back and forth, when I suddenly heard a scratching sound coming from the fence beside me. At first, I thought it was probably just a squirrel or some animal, but the scratching kept going. Scratch, scratch. I looked directly at the fence, trying to see what was making the noise, but I couldn't see anything. After a few seconds, the scratching suddenly stopped. Everything went completely silent. I was about to ignore it and go back to playing when I suddenly heard a man's voice. "Hey, I'm here. Help me." At first, I thought it was my foster dad calling me. But when I looked around the yard, he wasn't anywhere. Then the voice came again, louder this time. "Hey, I'm stuck. Help." The voice was coming from the fence. I slowly walked closer to it, and that's when I saw him. Between the thin gap in the wooden boards, 2 eyes were staring right at me. A man was stuck inside the fence. I could only see his eyes, but they looked strange, empty, but also terrified. He whispered, "Please, get me out." I was so scared that I immediately turned around and ran as fast as I could into the house. I found my foster dad and told him everything that had just happened. He rushed outside with me and started searching the entire backyard. But the man was gone, completely gone. I even showed him the exact spot where I saw the eyes in the fence. But there was nothing there. No one. I never saw that man again. But years later, a huge storm hit our town, and the old wooden fence finally collapsed. When we started pulling the broken boards apart, we found something strange on the inside of the wood. Deep scratch marks. Long, desperate scratches carved into the wood. As if someone had been trapped inside, trying to claw their way out. When I was very young, I had an imaginary friend. Her name was Ida. We were always together. We played in the backyard, sat on the swings, and I would talk to her like she was a real person. I even named my teddy bear after her. To me, she wasn't imaginary at all. She felt completely real. But after a while, things started to change. Ida began asking strange questions. "Will you ever forget me? Do you have other friends? If you do, why do you play with them?" Her voice started sounding different, almost sad. Sometimes I would see her sitting under the stairs, like she was hiding. Other times I'd notice her shadow behind me, even when I was alone. And sometimes, when I wasn't in my room, I would see her standing in the window, just watching. One day I was sitting at the table drawing. My pencil rolled off the table and fell behind the radiator. I leaned down and looked through the gap to find it. But instead of the pencil, I saw an eye staring back at me. The face behind it was pale, completely pale. There was a dark shadow around the eye, and a huge black pupil looking straight at me. I jumped back in pure panic, but when I stood up too fast, I lost my balance and fell forward. My head slammed into the sharp corner of the table. Even now, almost 15 years later, I still have the scar. After that day, I never saw Ida again. I never heard her voice again either. But sometimes, when I'm alone, I still get this strange feeling, like someone is watching me, And deep in my mind, I can still hear her voice asking one question. Did you forget about me?